just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. My bad. So I didn't realize that. Well, no, I did realize that my computer had to restart, and then of course I reset it or restarted it, and I forgot to properly turn on the computer. So that is why I'm a little bit late and all of a sudden something with my eye. But yes, welcome. It's September 20th. If you guys remember, ladies and gentlemen, remember what I was talking about last week with the portal 999, and big up Miles for talking about the 369. Yeah, 369. And he was able to share it with me. Actually, yeah, let me share that with y'all. Chamshimmenyo. That is in Korean if y'all didn't know. Okay, so 3 equals creativity, communication, expression. 6 equals responsibility, service, nurturing. 9 equals completion, wisdom, humanitarian outlook. So together, 369 is seen as a manifestation code. Don't laugh at me, y'all. Which basically interprets aligning thought, action, and higher purpose. So there, you guys learn something new every day, you know? So I wanted to just share that because tomorrow it's September 21st, and that's when the alignment of the 999 and August 21st comes into play. But I decided that I wanted to complicate things and talk about, as you can see, pumpkin spice. I decided I'm gonna have a cup of. It's not pumpkin spice because I actually don't like pumpkin spice. Actually, it can go on. It can go on. But I wanted to. I wanted to have an episode that was kind of light with what's happening in the economy, and also sharing knowledge with you guys. And I was almost gonna forget. So if anyone noticed that interest rate gone back down. So the interest rate has gone to, oh my gosh, I had it. Oh, so the interest rate, Bank of Canada, I think it's happened in the States as well. Bear with me for the American people. Bank of Canada lowers interest rate to 2.5. The first cut since March. Ideally, this is a good thing for folks that have variable mortgage rates, right? However, it is sad when we think about our interest rates with savings. So if you are, bulking up in your um ages ago, right? Um, and also I got an announcement. So first of all, as I mentioned last week, the quarter 3 has been something. I'll say it's been interesting. It's been something. And I never want to have a Q3 like that ever again. Which includes me injuring my shoulder. Um, Granted, I don't have the arm sling on. However, I still need to ice it. And have I been doing that? No. I should be going to physio. And have I done that? No. So I have to start doing adult things and actually getting my ish um together so I could actually do that. So however, because I've been in like mm, low energy, I wanted to create something that brings up my spirit and that's able to bring up other spirits. And Minoma mentioned it last week, but guess what? Guess what? Here's a commercial for it, y'all. Is it? Oh, yes. Whoa! Hold on. Max, I have a commercial for it. I don't like the commercial. I don't like the commercial 100%, but I wanted to give y'all something. So here it is. The cards are out. The cards are out. I am excited about that because if you guys know me, I do say I'm gonna I do say that I'm going to do this. And sometimes I don't execute it. But you know what, darn it? I executed it. So I have a Itsy store, and big up to my real MVPs that bought already. You know who you are. I really appreciate y'all, and just keep sharing it and stuff. And I know one of my friends was like, Camille, you're gonna have to advertise it a little bit more. I don't do marketing, okay? I do numbers. So like just based on the commercial, which is not bad. It's just I wanted to talk, but I personally didn't want to talk in it. But maybe I will switch it up and have it me speaking, so then it's more realistic and more personal and stuff. So let me know. Should I do that? So anyone that's in the chat, so the commercial that you just saw, you heard, or whoever's on Spotify, you heard it just do. Should I have a voiceover for that? Hmm. Let me know. Let me know, cause I'll do it if you guys tell me to. Promise. Oh, so yeah. Um, that's my announcement. Oh, and I want to again big up Christopher Lawrence. You're wondering what? Christopher Lawrence. Last week we were celebrating his birthday. Boop boop boop. He's 21 still. It was really great. Together we groove. Many rhythms, infinite vibes, and it was a lot of good vibes. And I watched the boxing match. Kid, listen. Sorry, I get distracted often, right? However, the one thing, if you guys watched that boxing match, which was really entertaining, normally I don't go out and watch a game at the same time, but I like to multitask. And it's very wild to me how much that gentleman. Hold on, let me see the thing there. Where it did? I did get a. I got a notification about it. So the gentleman that won was going to make 10 million from that boxing match, right? But the guy that he was gonna make like, why can't I find it? He was gonna make 100 million, and that's wild. You know what? I know why I can't find it because it's on Instagram or not. Yeah, Instagram, not I just thought about it, y'all. So just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Mm, Oh no! Oh dang! Oh, good. Praise God, because I knew if I didn't guess this part, yeah. So 800 million. Canilo's estimated career earnings after Crawford fight. That is wild. Let me share this. Like, I all I know is if I was a box, like if I had a son or daughter and they did boxing, yo, I would be there right beside the ring, rooting on. I'm like, "Clip, clip, clip." So that I digress. Sorry. So yes. So, folks, how do we want to start this off? Okay, so with pumpkin, so who likes pumpkin spice? Actually, who likes pumpkin spice? And if we think about pumpkin spice, we have to think about how the base is, right? And the base is usually the espresso and things, right? But we gotta also think about, and I'm going to relate pumpkin spice with personal finance because I'm a dork like that. Um, so we're gonna talk about like tips with budgeting, savings, and investing. And I also want to break September myths. So stay tuned. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do a commercial break. Hold on. Uno momento. Uno momento.
Imagine turning financial chaos into calm. Meet Alex. Alex is a young professional buried in bills and receipts. They're overwhelmed, unsure where to start. But then, light bulb moment. Alex discovers Finance IQ. With just a few clicks, Alex is setting up a personalized budget thanks to Finance IQ's user-friendly tools. It's like having a financial coach right at their fingertips. Fast forward a few weeks, and Alex is breezing through bill payments, watching their savings grow and even planning for the future. No more stress, no more chaos, just simple steps leading to big results. Alex now shops with confidence, knowing every dollar's accounted for. Finance IQ didn't just help organize Alex's finances, it gave them peace of mind. Ready to take control of your finances? Visit Finance IQ today and start your journey to financial freedom. Finance IQ. Simple steps, big results.
And that's what you want to do in quarter 4 because even though that's what I want to do. I was trying to think when fall hits, and I think it's the 22nd or the 23rd. And ideally, I don't like jinxing it, but I already feel the temperature dropping, right? Or sorry, for my other folks, autumn. When does it start? 22nd, Monday. Golly, Monday at 2:19 p.m. Eastern time is when fall officially hits. So we have a couple more days to enjoy summer. Even though the temperatures are a little bit cool right now, but I still think we want to think about the pumpkin spice is already in coffee shops and stuff. So here we are. Here we are. So just bear with me, y'all. Just bear with me because sometimes I have it all set up and then it just disappears on me. Just disappears on me. Boom, bam, bam. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So when it comes to pumpkin spice, we want to see it like there's certain ingredients, right? So there's the espresso shot if you can handle that, which is budget. There's the spice mix, the pumpkin spice, and that's the savings. And then we have the foam on top. If you like that, there's cold foam, there's no foam, or there's whipped cream. Golly, whipped cream is my kryptonite when it comes to um having like ice caps and stuff. Even though I don't do ice cap no more, but I can't help it, right? So you want to think of it that way. So let's talk about the espresso shot, right? So I'm always going to talk about a budget no matter what. We want to think about what what are we trying to see that our money is going in and out, right? So we have to have our budget. We have to see how the money's going in, how the money's going out, right? And then we have to think about paying ourselves first. I don't care what anyone says. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, no matter what. Because, listen, again, I always say if I didn't save for a rainy day or for hard times, I'd be mush up, right? And our goals. Goals I actually want to talk about first. Um, there's certain goals that we're gonna have, right? We're gonna have our short-term goals, our mid goals, and long-term goals. Actually, no one has told me what theirs was. I asked you guys last week. What are they? So make sure you put it in the chat, or you could DM me as well, right? Those certain goals. However, I do have an article because me love these articles. So, and ironically, it is. It's actually it talks about pumpkins. Why does it say pumpkins? I have no idea, but bear with me. Share screen. Everyone I personally don't like pumpkin spice, but if you like pumpkin spice, who am I to judge? Right? Who am I to judge if you like pumpkin spice? Mm-mm. Whoa. Sorry, my bad. Skimming through it before. See, pumpkin spice and money advice. Boom, bam, bam. And for everyone watching, I'm not trying to jinx fall to come quick. I promise. I'm definitely not doing that. But I just want you guys, So there's certain type of when we think about pumpkin spice, we also think of it being a seasonal expense. So then there's certain expenses that you're going to see. Actually, I don't even need this. Um there's certain expenses you're gonna want. Like as you can see, my fall look. I have my fall look and stuff, the turtleneck or the hoodie. You kind of switch into a new wardrobe. Whether it's like going to work and you gotta have more business casual or business looks. Um, you wanna I wouldn't recommend having a new wardrobe altogether because there's times when you're going to have those stuff from last year and been a business about the last year outfits. Okay, if you want to get a 1-2 thing to switch it up to change your color for those folks that only wear black and gray, switch it up, bruh. It is summer's almost ending and fall is like more what's the colors? Red, orange, yellowish. Um, Even though I don't like autumn or fall, I do like seeing the trees changing colors. I do like that. So even getting those type of colors is so beneficial than just wearing black and gray. So you right there. Yes, I'm talking to you. Stop it. Get some color. Just get some color, right? So then we want to think of also Halloween. then Halloween comes into play, right? Um, and then when we think about seasonal expenses when it comes to this time of the year, we also think about different sporting activities. So me, I normally do flag football in the summer, right? There is indoor flag football, but hey, I can only commit to the summertime because like it's less busy. I can't really do fall and I do not like the cold. Sometimes there's ones that are outdoor. Cam don't do the ones outdoor, right? So that's just one thing about me. But there's also like soccer, football, basketball, tennis. So you want to rotate, whether it's for the kids or for yourself, you want to be able to rotate those sporting things. Ooh. And when we think about fall food, so I remember big up my god sister because her birthday not yesterday. I looked at the day, I was like, ooh. The other day, but it is my godmother's birthday as well. Oh, I think I have two godmothers that are born in September. I gotta call them. Um, and we went apple picking. So here's a idea for y'all. There's pumpkin picking or pumpkin. I don't know. You go, yeah. I guess it's pumpkin picking and stuff. I've seen it. I already seen the pumpkins at like the supermarket and stuff. But there's also apples, right? A lot of people like getting those hearty stews, hearty meals. Like fall is when you get those that ooh, you feel cozy, you want some soup, like a heavy soup that's able to like make you just sit back and relax, like or have a cup of coffee and stuff. So that's something, and you can actually save a lot of money with during the fall because most of the stuff you can freeze. Buying in bulk is always good. Buying in bulk is always good as long as you actually eat it. Like I was talking to my friend and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't like meal prepping and stuff." I'm like, "Yo, just make sure you make a meal that only lasts for 2 to 3 days, and then make another thing. Step up your food game." I did say that to her, and it was like no offense. It was just there's times when you want to be mindful about that. And then when it comes to fall, I think when we think of fall or autumn, we also think of the holidays, right? So here's some tips with the holidays. I'll actually show it here because this is more beneficial. Ba, 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 ba. I actually merged two things into one. So setting a holiday budget. If it's your first time listening to this podcast, um, welcome. But I always mention having a sinking fund because we are in the season, or we're going into the season where it's going to be holidays. Whether you celebrate Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah, all those good stuff, right? Let's have a budget. Let's have a budget. We know we're gonna spend during those holidays, especially the food. Mm, mm, mm. I'm definitely gonna be making some sorrow this year. So have a budget for a holiday budget, and this could be a budget set aside. Like I said, the singing fund. Um, create a budget like okay, I'm gonna spend this much only, right? And I wouldn't even fault you. Like I'd be very happy for you to stay with your budget, right? What mm. And if you don't have a holiday budget or a holiday fund, start it. Um if you do want a savings account, I do have a link. And I think there's a sweet deal going on with it right now. Um, what is Simply doing? And if there's anyone else that wants to promote their other accounts, by all means, sharing is caring. I'm not mad if you want to do that. Oh, I don't see anything right now. That's weird. Usually they promote a certain thing. And looking for deal, baby. You know what? So I haven't done Black Friday, like going to the States and absolutely not. No, sorry, Bob. Nope, 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 nope. I don't like crowds like that. However, I'll rock with the Cyber Monday only if it's something like I really need or it's something like authentic. Then I'll definitely do Cyber Monday. So look out for the deals and discounts. And I know there's a saying where like they're not really a deal. So sometimes we want to look like right now before Cyber Monday and see, like, let's say there's you're looking for a desktop or you're looking for a laptop. Me might after look for a desktop the way my computer was going. So um want to look at it now and see if there's a difference when Black Friday and Cyber Monday comes into play, right? Because the last thing I need y'all to have happen is the hype of Black Friday and Cyber Monday comes and it actually wasn't beneficial for you. So yeah. So the next one, you know what? I like this the most. There's two things I like. I like a gift that is practical and I really, really need. Shout out to my friends that give me great gifts that are practical and stuff, or ones that are thoughtful. Like, yo, I love you. I love this cup. I even have another cup that I love, but I broke it. I don't want to. I don't want to show the cup because they'll know that I broke it. But I still have it, right? And it's something that relates to me, and I just love it. So I love practical gifts or like gifts that you've made yourself. You know what? I think I scrapbook soon. I feel like doing a scrapbook would make sense. I feel like that's going to be one of my. That's what I'm gonna do. No one knows. Well, they don't know who's gonna get what, but I'm thinking of doing scrapbooks and just to show my appreciation of like our friendship and like the journey that we've gone through. So don't steal my idea, but if you do, just make sure you tag me and give me credit, okay? And that is like literally coming from the heart, right? So that this is something that it's more affordable and stuff. So it doesn't ding on your budget or your savings or anything and your or derails your goals, right? Um hey, maybe the fall and autumn is time to cut back. We How was your summer? Again, I asked this last week. How was your summer? How was Q3 overall? Did you make more than you normally get? Did you make less? Did you spend more or did you spend less? And let's, be able to be mindful about that, right? So that's just one thing. I want to see if I want to do this one. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Yeah, I kind of, you know what? I'll share this tab. So this one is more, yo, if I think, okay, this is for the homeowners, right? This is this this is very personal because I think I want to say it was October. I want to say it was October. Um, and we had a roof leak, and the way, oh my gosh, that roof leak mash up a lot of things. Yeah, I remember that time. That was whether you get a flood, a roof leak, um washer, dryer, fridge, dishwasher getting mashed up, you want to be able to take a look at like your home stuff, right? Just thinking about it pisses me off because it really derailed a lot of things, but such is life. Anyone that's a homeowner, any of my homeowner friends would definitely understand why it's annoying. But you definitely want to take care of it before the winter comes because that's when things are really gonna mash up, right? And I won't even share this. Hold on. Can talk about that forever. Like, man, I remember we had a roof leak. It it mashed up the the circuit. I can't remember. All I know is we didn't have power for a couple days, and the one kryptonite in my life is not having power. Everyone else is good, but if I don't have power, like internet and stuff, I'm done. I'm done. Like my day is ruined. I have to do things that are offline. So I had to skedaddle and dip. I had to make sure I was able to still work. I think that yeah. I think that was 2022. My if it wasn't 2022, it was 2021 and that was annoying. So if anyone has experienced um yeah, if anyone's experienced things where it mashes up like the your house mashing up things because you have to do renovations, pay out of pocket, not paying insurance. When I say not paying insurance, not going through insurance, sorry. Yes, you had to pay insurance, but not going through insurance. It's really gonna put a damper on you, right? So boom bam bam. And now that I'm let me now start talking about frigging September myths because just thinking about that pisses me off. Ah, oh man. Okay, so there are some money myths, and sorry, I'm trying to do the poll at the same time. You know me, I like to multitask at the same time. Bear with me. And there's some myths that you guys probably don't know, or probably do know. But if you do know, um, feel free to share it with me. I'd like to know some of yours that maybe I haven't heard of before. But the first one that I want to mention, hold on. Let's see, what's the first one that I want to mention? Mm, 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 mm. Okay, the first one I want to talk about, um, this one's outrageous. Hold on. This one is a very, 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 very outrageous. What? So the first myth. Let's talk about this. Yeah, let's talk about this one first. The first myth, and this is for folks that heck. Ah. Hmm. 1 second. Because it seems like there we go. And remember last week I mentioned this. September is always the worst month for stocks. Ooh, dum dum dum. Is that the case? Hmm. September is the worst month for. So I want to say, boom. September does have lowest average returns, but many Septembers have had positive. So I am going to show you guys that one. I think I have it up. Do I have that one up? Actually, this is the best one that I've seen. Uh, okay, so let's do this one. Actually, I want to do this one. So remember, if you guys remember, I mentioned that there's a couple months that is historically bad. But let's talk about this one. Actually, I'm going to show it on this screen because I can multitask. If it slows down the computer, I apologize, y'all. I'm hoping and praying that it doesn't, but if it does, bear with me. Okay. Is it actually bad for stocks? So here's the average stock return by month, right? So January we have 1.41, February 0.25, and yes, this is the time when I have to do it American because it's more American based, right? March is 0.84%. April, is 1.61%. May 0.34%. June 1.11%. July 2.02%. August 1.06%. It has a question mark on September, October, November, December. So let's go back to, let's do exhibit 2. More times, this is when it's positive, right? So it's 48% of the time it has been negative. And then 52% of the time it has been positive. So if we see this, we can, so I want y'all to be mindful. There are times, whether you see the years, I'm not going to say all the years, where it's like down at least negative 10%. Baby, when it was negative 20, whew, I know people were like shivering and stuff, but that hasn't happened in like the last, look, negative 20 was like in the last 23 years, let's say, right? So let's be mindful about that. However, it does dip quite a while or quite a bit in before, but it also has gone up at least 10%, and there's only a time when it was up 20% in 1939. Golly Bob. So we want to be mindful of thinking, oh, September is the worst month for stocks. It's not always the case, right? It's not always the case. So at least we know, if we look at, we won't know until 2025, right? Actually, let me check my. So right now, and I'm going based on the S&P 500. I'm not going based on anything else but the S&P 500. Actually like this article. I almost wasn't going to show you guys this article because I thought it was just going to be a waste. But I'm going to tell you the reasons why this happens, or why it may happen. Okay, the SPY. So this month, see this. So this month so far, and it's from August 20th to September 20th or 19th. It's up 3.73%. So right now it's alonging around this section, right? We have to wait until September is officially over. But I big up Microsoft and big up my other stocks. There has been other stocks that I've seen been going down, going up. Like I get notifications like very often I think the last time I almost cried because I heard AMD, that's one of my boo things, um, went down like 5%. But at the same time, I'm holding on for the long run, right? So we can't really call pop. I'm popping this bottle up, this popping this bubble of this myth. September is not always the worst month for for stocks. However, if you want to be mindful, oh golly, no. Gee, that's very interesting. I wonder if I can get this one. Sorry, I'm still trying to do the poll. Y'all know me. Sometimes to nah, I want this one. Y'all know me. Sometimes I. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Oh dear. Oh dear. Damn. Let's try this. Oh. All right. So here's a poll. Boom, bam, bam. Um. Okay. So here's the article that I actually wanted to show you guys. Is this one? Yes. It's this one. And then I'll go to the next myth. How do we do this? Oh, that's why. When you have so many tabs like I do, golly Bob. Oh, what's that one? Wait. You know what? Boom. I'm gonna do this one. We're gonna break this myth. Okay. Share. So I want y'all to think that September is not the worst month for stocks. It's kind of like a great time to buy. So if you remember in April when Trump mashed up the place, right? He was mashing up, saying all these stuff about tariffs this, tariffs that. Man, the way that the stocks dropped, I was like, oh, so geez. I know anyone that is buying more stocks right now is going to be laughing later on in the months or weeks, and so be it. Like so many stocks are on its all-time high, right? So I want you guys to think that September isn't the worst month for stocks. It's a great buying opportunity, right? So there's dividend plays. I'm not showing this to say go buy this. Not saying buy this. Not because this article, even though it's called full.ca, but when you do your proper research, they're actually really, really good, right? They actually they've shown me some great stocks to choose. So I'm really, actually, I don't even have to show this. They've shown really great stocks to choose, right? Actually, this is the article that I wanted to show, but I digress. I should have just showed this one before. This is the reason why it is beneficial to think about September when it comes to buying stocks, right? These are the reasons. And there is called September effect. So that's ironic. So here's some of the things that you want to think about. Here, another diagram of what happens in September. I know before I told you it isn't always the worst month, but when you think about the average, that's the performance, right? So why wouldn't this be the best opportunity to get more stocks if you can afford it? Of course, right? I want you guys to see this part. Actually, this is actually kind of scary. So, yes, September struggles is global. Between the States, Canada's the worst, golly. UK and Hong Kong, sheesh, since 1970, right? But then we want to know why this is happening. So why is there a September effect? And like it says, there's no single objective reason, but here's some reasons. So um, dressing is just mutual funds impact seasonal autumn weakness. Institutes are just trying to clean up their portfolios in September and October uh, before the fiscal year ends by selling the worst performing stocks. And sometimes just adding exposure to other stocks that are performing better. So that's what it's known as, window dressing. You learn something new every day. Um, it's just basically beefing, not beefing. So you see how I was talking about the stew, and it's nice and cozy. You just basically want to have a hearty portfolio. See what I did there? Another reason is tax loss selling. So really ironic because I thought they do this more in December, but as you can see, December is not that bad when it comes to the average. Um, so you're just the portfolio tax management strategy in the U.S. and Canada and some other countries um, varies. So it's just they want to cut costs on, or they want to offset on capital gains. Um, Especially the states. So with the states, and any of my American friends that are listening, they can correct me if I'm wrong. There are two different type of capital gains. There's short-term capital gains and there's long-term capital gains. And depending on when you've had the stock, let's say less than 12 months, it's you want to determine whether you want to sell it off or keep it for a while. So that's another reason why. Investors psychology. They think September is usually a weak month. um wait. Did I read that? The fact that September is usually a weak month isn't lost on institutional investors who manage hedge funds, mutual funds, or pension, nor on investment professionals. However, this could be kind of different for retail investors. Like, let's say it's back to school. I know there's folks that for back to school, they had to find different ways to get money to buy stuff for their kids. They wanted to have a new wardrobe and all that stuff. So most likely that is another reason why, you know, the month of September is a little bit shaky, but this is psychology and things, and this is things that I just want you guys to be aware of these things because I haven't seen anyone else but Earn Your Leisure or other people mention about this. So I want to give you guys the game on why it's September is not the worst month. It's just a better opportunity to get stuff, right? And this is also one of the other myths. Um, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this one. If the stocks dip in September, you must sell or avoid the market. No, pop, pop that one. No, no. Don't avoid it. Like I said, in April when everything was yo, the market dropped 20%, maybe even 25. This so ideally this is what I would love for most folks to do. Instead of being scared of the market, take a look. Look at your top five stocks that you have and see if you should keep it or sell it. Most likely keep, sell it, or buy more. That's what I always look at when I have my portfolio. Is I want whether I should keep it, buy more, or get rid of it. I think I do this. If I don't do this once a year, I do it like twice a year just to make sure that my portfolio isn't or my portfolio is up to par. Um so I do got to do a little checkup because I just want it to be healthy. And I can't wait for it to be at the number that I've been wishing for and things. But yeah, this is another myth that is a lie. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Right? So that's myth number 2. The second myth, third, golly. Ba, 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 ba. Seasonal fun fall costs don't impact your long-term finances. Yes, it does. And I think that was the one. Yeah, that was the one I was looking at. How to budget for seasonal expenses. That's the one that pissed me off actually. Once I saw the home maintenance and repairs, guys, I just automatically got pissed off. But you also want to think about, so there's holiday spending, so that's seasonal. So yes, affect that does impact your long-term finances, because think about it. Instead, like say you didn't have the holiday fund like I mentioned, or the sinking fund, and every time um this time of the year comes, you derail your goals, right? This is part of the reason. I know someone's gonna be getting an outfit for Halloween. Um, I can't think of a costume, so I probably won't do nothing. Merp, merp. It's probably gonna be too cold anyways, but I digress. So there's the holiday spending, right? There's also duh, home renovations or home maintenance, sorry, and repairs. There's taxes and annual fees. I find that annual fees usually, whether it's a car, credit card, what else? What else? Like around that time, like this time of the year, is when things come out more and just say like, "Hey, here's some more fees." Right? So, yeah. Oh, and I don't think travel and vacation too much at this time, because everyone's coming back from summer and things, right? Unless you have that life where you're able to go on trips whenever. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Golly Bob. Let's see this one. Another myth. What is this? Market behavior like September slump or September effect is caused by bad luck or superstition. No, it's not. I already mentioned it. It's like portfolio rebalancing, tax loss selling, and like behavioral shifts. That is some of the reasons. It's not about luck or superstition, unless you walk like a black cat walks your path before the fall begins. Then boom. And no, I'm just joking. You want to think of like that. Also another. I'm glad I explained the stuff first before explaining like having the myths. Um, Another one, budget means no enjoyment, no seasonal indulgence. That's not true. Like I said before, if you want your pumpkin spice, have your pumpkin spice. Have a budget for it. I always say treat yourself fund, holiday fund or sinking fund. you'll be able to have these things. You can enjoy them treats. You can have those decorations for fall. By all means, but budget for it. Ideally, budget for it, right? There's another myth that I wanted to mention. Did I say that first? Jesse, no. This myth that I've seen, it makes me upset. It actually upsets my soul. This upsets my soul. Like, the heck? Anyone that thinks like this, please don't. Only wealthy people can afford to invest, especially during volatility months like September. I ain't gonna cuss. I think I think this is the first episode in a while that I haven't cussed. Are you mad? Of course. Listen, again, I do have my dividends. I do have to go onto Discord to say hey to them. We can start with $100 with dividends. Like, put in $100 to add dividends, and gradually every month you put in more. If you can't afford $100, cool, 25, 50, whatever. I just want you to get the habit of investing. Okay, that is all. I get it. If at this moment in time you're not able to afford investing, then save for a rainy day so you can put that money in. I get it. I get it. Um, but you can afford to invest. Yo, if you can afford a pumpkin spice, I'm joking. But no, for real. Like, just put a little money away, and then you'll see. Like, I've told you guys many times. Literally, my best stock that I have, two best stocks I have, is POU.to. Baby, when I got that almost 5 years ago, it's gone up 750% since 5 years. Granted, um, that was I got it at a great price. It was $2 I got it at. I would recommend that all the time because I did my research. And then the other one was AMD, my next boo tang. I alternate on which one I want. AMD 5 years ago. Damn, what happened there? Brexit. Sorry, I'm just looking at what it happened the other day. 5 years, 110%, right? And I know when my homie hears this, he's like, see, I don't care. A win is a win. 100%, 700%, a win is a win, regardless, right? And then also you have to think, like, AMD fluctuates with what's going on and stuff, right? Like, the other day it was down 5%, right? So what? The month it's down 5%. Other day it was down 0.34%. Yeah, soft things. Like, I'm not gonna worry about that. It's a long run type of thing. Actually, I know why they went down. Oh, Nvidia, or however you want to say it. What's up? Since when you want to get Intel? Huh? I actually didn't know why, and then I did my due diligence and had read some articles. Intel, you better be doing well then, because I thought you guys were like gone out the window. Let's see. Let's see how them still not oh, okay. So the other day, so 5 days ago, like, let's say Monday it was at 24. Damn. It was at $24, right? And then it went up, it spiked 29%. Boom, or 30% that day to 32, but it went a little bit down to 29. Congratulations, Intel. Congratulations. I can't even knock that because most of my stuff, as I look at my laptop, most of my stuff is AMD. Um, but I did that purposely, right? Damn, I digress. Ah, that is wild. However, example. So Intel has damn, they don't have I thought they had dividends before. Or they maybe they did before, but they don't now. So like see how I said $100? You could have went up 30% with your $100 if you had done your research and all this stuff and knowing about this agreement. You could have gone up 30% in 5 days, right? So don't tell me like it's not only for wealthy people, okay? I don't care if you use well simple, but it's all about quest trade around here. Like just get into stocks safely. You could just do ETFs, right? I think I'm gonna do an episode about that as well. Oh, and there's another one. And then there's two more, and then I'll let y'all go for the day because I still got work to do. Because I've been putting things off for far too long, and I am sorry. I have to get out of this funk. Actually, I have to be able to do stuff at the same time. Oh, this would piss me off. Actually, this myth would piss me off too. If you're young or just starting, you don't need to save in September. Wait until January. I was going to say a bad word. Are you silly? No, you can start whenever. Like listen, let's say you just got a job for the year because you just, most post-secondary students get a job just to handle school expense. Save some of that money. You don't have to wait until waiting until January. You're gonna wait 4 months to save. Fam, do you know how much bad stuff happen throughout the day? No, save for a rainy day. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $5. Save for a rainy day. Shucks. Like you could $5 a day. Not a day, sorry. A week, 25 to $50 a paycheck. You will see how beneficial this is. Even if you have debt, still save. I can't stress this so much. Golly Bob. Um yeah, just that one. That one. And I don't want to talk about it's too early to think about holiday spending. I don't think it's too early. I think it's wise to think about that. Um but yeah, um here I am venting away as I usually do. Once again, to the folks that have bought the affirmation cards, I really appreciate you. Um, oop, I said I was gonna share one that I've been seeing, that I've been looking at very often. Um, just because things are gonna get better in due time. I'll make sure of that. And for my friends and loved ones, I'll say, that do check on me, I appreciate it. Uh, Even though I nag you to check on me. Such is life. You listened. I felt it. Or just like not even having to say it. That's even more of a blessing. But I really appreciate the folks that have bought the cards already. Hold on. I'm trying to find the card that I really love. Hold on. Oh, I could have. No, I wouldn't have sent it from my phone because I don't usually add my phone to here. But hold on. Skibidi doot. Mm. Sorry. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm going to. This is what happens when you have too many things open. But I'll never stop having too many things open. Here it is. Here it is. I wonder. I was about to sing a song. Oh. I'm just gonna look at it from here. Oh, and this actually goes with what I talked about all day today. I think this one will really click with a lot of folks. Golly, there we go. Almost there. Almost there. All right. Boom. Gosh. Small savings today create big opportunities tomorrow. Whether you want to say this in the morning, in the evening, or you want to say it throughout the day, small savings today create big opportunities tomorrow. And this is something that I remind myself all the time because I know how important it is to save for a rainy day, just for anything that I need to get done. So, yeah, hopefully, you guys, for the folks that have, and I have to, what did you say? What did you say? Actually, I'll tell you guys one of the things. Let's see. What did he say was the one he looked at? So the one, big up. I am worthy of wealth, joy, and a financially free life. That was another one. That was one of my testimonies. All right. So, boom, bam, bam. All right, folks. It's almost 8. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Whoop. Tell a friend. And yeah, if you have your pumpkin spice and there's other money myths that you want to burst or talk about, feel free. All right? Because there's a lot of money myths that we hear and it's not actually true. But I'm glad I was able to share some with y'all. All right? Till next time, folks. Peace out.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see?